Are you thinking about going to the Amazon River to go fishing? If not, you should be. I just got back from the Amazon about 10 days ago. Had a great time. If you're thinking about or dreaming about going to the Amazon to go fishing, you need to watch this crazy good fishing review of our trip to the Amazon. We're going to talk about the good things about the Amazon. We're going to talk about things that didn't go so well. And of course, we're going to cover the fishing. If you want to think of somewhere that's crazy good fishing, think of the Amazon River. Let's talk about the fishing. Wow, amazing fishing in the Amazon River. I was blown away. But before we get into what blew me away, let's talk about you preparing for your trip to the Amazon. Basically, if you're going to go to the Amazon River go fishing, you got to make a decision. You can either fish for peacock bass, and more peacock bass, nothing wrong with that. Or, if you're like me, you want to catch other species as well, you can go for multi-species. I chose the multi-species route. I wanted to catch peacock bass, yes. I also wanted to catch some of the famous catfish and other things that are there in the river. We had a great time. We caught peacock bass. Look at the coloring of these fish. They're huge. Think about catching a smallmouth bass that's much bigger, much angrier. Throw a topwater lure at it, have it smash that lure. Oh my goodness, fight of a lifetime, gorgeous fish. We loved it. Catfish. There are so many catfish in the Amazon. We caught flat-whiskered catfish. We caught shovel-nosed tiger catfish. We caught Junja catfish. We caught Goliath River catfish. They're called Pitaiba. We caught red-tail catfish. Gorgeous red-tail catfish. We caught so many fish, huge fish. And when they hit those catfish, you know, there's no question about it. But let's talk about fish with teeth. Oh my goodness, it seems like almost everything's got teeth there. We caught fish with crazy teeth. We caught wolffish, 16, 17, 18-pound wolffish. Look at these things. They're big, they're mean, they're nasty. Keep your hands out of those teeth. Do not lip them. We caught piranhas. When I went down there, I thought the piranhas would be, yay big. They're not. We caught piranhas that are as big as 6, 7, 8, and even a 9-pound piranha. They're huge. Look at these things. Teeth, everything, biting, chomping. They're crazy. Vampire fish called payara with the 2 big fangs on the bottom that go up into the skull. They're awesome as well. People are like, well, did you go swimming? Actually, we did. We braved the waters. We got in a couple times when swimming. But the craziest fish with teeth. How do you plan a trip to the Amazon? For me, I was not comfortable in just showing up in Brazil, renting a boat and trying to fish the Amazon. Too many unknowns, too many variables. We chose to go through an outfitting service. For us, we chose Acute Angling. I would recommend Acute Angling for anybody who wants to go down there. We liked it. Communication was very good before the trip. They had emails. They called us at times. They answered the phone when we called them. We had a whole section we had to go through their website to read and learn about things. It was great. Okay, we felt more prepared going down. If you're brave enough to go on your own, I don't know. Tell us how it goes. Tell me in the comments. Send me an email. I've never tried that in Brazil. I've been nervous, but I would go through somebody. You need to be prepared when you go. We flew into Manaus. We hopped on a small float plane. We flew another 90 minutes past that to a very remote location. It's called the Pica-Pau Lodge. It is in the middle of nowhere, Amazon. You really felt like in the middle of nowhere. There's no cell phone reception. There's no Wi-Fi. But we were where the fish were, and that was really awesome. Let's talk about your fishing guide. All right, so you land in the middle of nowhere, remote area. The only people who do guiding down there are local people from the indigenous villages around us. What does that mean for you? It means they don't speak English, okay? Many of them, Portuguese is not their first language either. Communication is tough. It was difficult. I'm telling you right now, you've got to adjust for that. These are not professional fishing guides. They're not professional fishermen. They're people who live in the area, who do a lot of fishing to support their family. They do know the river. They knew the deep spots. They knew the rapids. They knew where to go. But you've got to be prepared to fish. This is not the sort of trip you want to go on, in my opinion, not the sort of trip you want to go on if you're a beginning fisherman, okay? You've got to be able to have some idea what to fish. The fishing guides are going to point out where to go, but again, it's pointing. They're not telling you what to do here, okay? You need to do some research. But they did put us on fish. They found the fish, okay? The one thing that surprised me the most about this trip, my biggest frustration, bar none, hands down, was there were no nets in the boats. You're going to catch so many piranhas, okay? They're going to come in different sizes. You're going to catch a whole bunch of wolffish. You're going to get them against the side of that boat, and you're going to have to get a BOGO gripper out and try to get that thing to their teeth, and there's a lot of teeth, and you're going to lose a lot of fish. That was really frustrating for me. I do plan on going again Next time, I'm definitely bringing a net. I recommend you bring a net too. You're allowed 33 pounds on that flight to get down there, okay? You can fit into a duffel bag or a small gym bag sort of thing. You can get a foldable net, well worth it. Strongly recommend you do that. Also, when you're down there staying in the Amazon, okay, you gotta understand that accommodations are not, this is not a 5-star, 4-star Ritz-Carlton hotel sort of thing. You are in the Amazon jungle. Some people go down, they stay on the yachts and that sort of thing on the river. Again, they're fishing peacock bass. I was deep jungle. Accommodations were rustic, okay? There were some things we had to get used to. The beds were not thick, heavy mattresses. We didn't have really thick, heavy pillows, but we were dry, we were warm enough, and we were cool enough. They had air conditioning at the lodge we were at. I was very pleased with the air conditioning. The thing that was difficult for my wife particularly was there was no hot water in the shower. For me, not as big of a deal. I'm going to Amazon. It's basically like camping for me. I'm there for the fishing. But you need to be prepared, mindset-wise. You're going to be down there, and if the hot water's not working, the nearest plumber, mechanic, whatever person's repair guy to fix that, it's a long ways away. Okay, so things were great. The food was very good. They had a cook there. They cooked all the meals for us. I liked the food. I liked the variety of food. Hot water was a little bit of an issue for my wife. I mean, she dealt with it, but it didn't really make her happy not having hot water. So yeah, communication, I felt like was a little bit of a challenge with the guide. The nets was a big deal. Hot water was difficult. Really, that was my only problems with it. The rest of it was great. I loved being completely away from everything else. I loved the open air dining down there, and I loved the fishing. I caught the biggest fish of my life down there. Early in the day, I caught a 100-pound Pitaiba, okay? That is one of the Amazon River Goliath catfish. I was ecstatic. I thought it was awesome. It took me like 15 minutes to get it in. I picked that fish up. It was tough. I picked it up. I'm like, yeah, this is the biggest fish ever. Guess what happens 3 hours later? I caught one almost twice as big. Seriously, it took me 40 minutes to get to the boat. If you haven't seen that video, check out our videos. We've got it, already on YouTube and everything. It's a great video, super fun. I was exhausted afterwards. I felt like my right arm, the one I'm holding the line and pulling up with, had been arm wrestling somebody for 40 minutes. I was getting cramps in my forearm and on my bicep. It just, it felt like I said, arm wrestling. My left arm, from reeling and reeling and reeling, felt like I'd been swimming a mile or more at the same time while I was arm wrestling. I was so tired. I get done catching that fish. I had to lay down the boat and just to recover, okay? Crazy fishing. It was awesome. I was blown away by the fishing. I'm going back. I've already decided I'm going in November of this year. It's going to be just fantastic. I'm taking Brock with me. We're going to go further, even deeper in the Amazon. More rustic accommodations. We're going to be camping, totally intense this time. I'm super excited. Who knows what I'm going to catch? There's so many fish out there I didn't get a chance to catch. I want to catch a Bacuda. Didn't catch one. I want to catch a Pescata. Didn't catch one of those. I want to catch a big Pacu. I want to catch a really big red-tailed catfish. Things that I'm really excited about. I'm hoping to do so. Again, if you've ever thought about going into the Amazon, you got to make it a priority. It's unbelievable. One of the best places I've ever fished in my life. I really hope you like some of these pictures of fish we've been showing you over here. I really hope you check out some of our other videos. It was amazing. The birds that we saw, unbelievable. The colors, the parrots, the macaws, the kingfishers, different things. I saw a king vulture, the other wildlife. Are there things in the water? Yes. We saw crocodiles. There were caimans. We saw them around us. Yes, we did see an anaconda. I guess that's common there. It was a small one, we were told. It was only like 15 feet long. They get a lot bigger, apparently. It's about that big around. We saw river otters that you do not want to play with. People around us staying there, other guests that were at the same time when we were there. They saw jaguars. They saw tapirs. It's crazy. It's the Amazon jungle. It's what you go there for. If you're not ready for that, you might want to think a little about it. The best part of the jungle for me, no mosquitoes. Unbelievable. Mind-blowing. I couldn't believe it. They told us that before. I didn't really believe it. There's no mosquitoes where we were. I guess the water's a little too acidic. They can't breed or something like that. Whatever. I loved it. They do have these giant, they're big, bees. They're harmless. They buzz around a little bit. They land on your fish pole once in a while. Didn't bother us. But they're there, like I say, they don't harm you. They're annoying. But bug-wise, there were no horse flies that we dealt with. We didn't deal with no seums. We didn't deal with deer flies. We didn't deal with mosquitoes. Stuff that you usually deal with sometimes when you go fishing places. None of that. It was awesome. Totally epic trip. I hope this helps you as you plan for your Amazon trip. If you have questions, leave in the comments. I'm happy to respond. I love my trip there. Please check out other videos, especially ones on the Amazon if you're interested. Thanks for watching. It was a crazy good fishing trip. Please like our video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, share the video with other people. Hope to see you next time. More videos coming. Thanks. Crazy good fishing. Take care.